howdy. We're going to do a quick track walk, me and Neil, just post-qualifying track walk to show you the differences and what's happened. It's going to be super fast, so actually weird run, but I'm not sure Phil could keep up, right?
No chance.
We'll be doing 38s, Phil will be doing 54s. Right, so we look down straight, it doesn't affect the cars, but it has got bumpy. This is obviously going to get worse as the finals progress, but I'm not sure it's going to be an issue. It's just a bit tram-liney. And we're going up to this first corner as we fly through. This is concrete. It's never going to change. Gets a little bit dusty, but it's been the same basically the whole way through. Yeah, there's a few people hitting that corner. Hit that, and then you hit the outside, and you're basically done. So the first corner that's got actually pretty choppy, but not as bad as what I was expecting it to get, is this one. We spoke a little bit about it, saying it was going to get worse, and it has. You can see it's very ripply, especially after the rain. It's there's a lot of tram lines. Actually, I crashed here one time, and what you might actually see is there's no real marshal close. There's a running marshal, but basically they do nothing. So the closest one is way back there, and if they see your car, you're lucky, and you get marshalled in about 5 seconds. So not a good place to crash, especially come finals. This corner here, not really much to report, to be honest. And then we're going to go into our fast chicane. I'm going to pass you to Neil, and he's going to tell you what's going on.
All right, yeah, so we got the fast chicane. Again, it's starting to get really rutted up, but not as bad as what I thought it would do, to be perfectly honest. For the warm-up, there were some big canyons in this. But, I mean, it's only going to get worse. You can see right here. This is starting to come through. You're not have to change your line yet, but it might, by the end of the final, yeah, you might be having to avoid all of this. So, especially on the braking, as long as you get to the braking point, and as people put header compounds on, it tends to, for the heat, obviously, and the length and the longer run, it tends to catch more bumps, and especially when you turn into a head fast corner like this one, you're going to see a lot more bicycling. I think that's what the cool Americans call it. So, and then we go into the rhythm section, which Lee's going to take you through.
Yeah, so after our bicycle corner, which is going to be, it's going to come rougher and rougher. Really, our jump section, not much has changed. This bit, it hasn't affected anything yet, and I don't think it will. You're coming at it with that much pace, the little skippity bumps you don't really notice. This one, it caught me out one time in the last round of qualifying. Just as you land, it's starting to, in the middle, it's becoming, again, a bit of a hole. The rain kind of stopped this from becoming a bigger hole than it was going to become, but it's starting to become a bit rough. And the problem is when you hit the bad holes on this track, you go out into the dust, and in the dust you lose so much traction. It doesn't feel like it when you drive in, but the amount of time you lose is ridiculous. Coming around here, this is held up pretty well, to be fair. Then we're coming back down into our next rhythm section. All this bit, it's quite far away from the low driver stand there, so you don't really place your car as much as just hammer it full throttle. Work your way through as quickly as you can. There's no avoidance strategies. There's no lines. You're just on the gas, moving fast, as Scotty Ernst would say. So yeah, we come over here, our backwards Italian flag, and then I will pass you to Neil for the next section, which is a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, so like Lee says, not really much has changed here. We're fast and furious and holding on to it. Nice and tight. Make sure you don't break your car on the hairpin. All right, Lee. And then we go away to a pretty simple right-hander again. Everywhere's getting rutted up, but the track has held up a lot better than what I thought it would do. Into rhythm section, which has pretty much been the exact same from the first guy on the track.
Dust on the tops now.
Yeah. I mean, the dust is always there. I don't know. I mean, they brush, but there's just always dust on this track. I think if they got rid of all of it, it would be dialed, but that's just my point of view. And then we get out of the rhythm section, and then we get into a real. I think in the finals, this is going to play a big part, because this is getting really, really rutty. You can see holes appearing, and this is a fast section as well. And you're fast, and your car's going light, and you're turning. So all the combinations that you don't want bumps to be there for you. So yeah, I think Marshall 5 might be busy in the finals, especially as the day goes on. And I'm going to pass you back to Lee to take you to the start-finish line.
I always get the really cool bits. Pretty boring, actually. So yeah, look, we go around a concrete corner. That hasn't changed, predictably. firing down to our start finish line. Again, this bit stayed really good. It's because there's no real acceleration or braking points. You accelerate more on the concrete. You come through here, you're just carrying your speed. It's getting a little bit choppy at the end here now. As we come to our start finish line, this is everyone's braking point, because if you brake too late, you're sliding off the track. So where we're braking, it's a little bit choppy. It's not affected the cars, and I don't really expect it to. Next section is the bump here where Phil's just about to walk over. This will become way more apparent as we go through the day tomorrow. And come finals, I think it's an avoidance strategy. You're going to have to go around this section. It's probably going to go to about 1/2 meter wide, and you're going to have to choose inside or outside. Inside if you get the dialed line over the start finish line, outside if you really mess it up. And then we're going into our last 2 jumps. I'll pass you back. Okay, no, I'm doing it. All right, fine. Neil don't want to talk. So yeah, we're coming into it. This bit earlier on in practice was actually pretty easy to jump. You could do the double. Everyone was kind of doing it. Now it's becoming kind of a 50-50 thing. Half the people are doing it, half aren't. It's a bit of a risk-reward thing. If you get it real dialed and you hold your line, you're good. If you jump it, you run wide, you're the same speed as not jumping it and holding a good line. So basically, I think come finals, you'll see less and less people start to jump that, because it's just too much of a risk. On our next corner, a little bit of AstroTurf's coming up. I don't know where this is coming from and why it's even here, but it makes us feel at home, at least for about 1 inch of it. Yeah. So yeah, a bit of Astro's coming up. It's nothing to really report about it yet. It could get worse. It could just be fine. I'll let Neil run you over the finish line.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's changed here at all. It's just it's a little bit abrasive, but nothing special. It's actually pretty smooth and pretty slick to drive on. Run your right hander and your Scandinavian flick onto the straight. And
if you're good.
Yeah, if you're one of the super Italian kids, then yeah, you're looking really cool on this bit. And yeah, that's your update track walk. And all right, Lee, who do you think's going to win tomorrow?
That's tough. I see it boiling down to 3 people. 3 people have been really fast. It's been Boots, Ronald Foot, Battier, Battle.
No Craig?
He's one of them wild horses, man. He could be there, but it depends if his car's good enough for him. I don't know. Maybe his MBX7's good. I'm not sure.
In all seriousness,
if I had to pick a winner, I got one winner. I'm going Battle.
You're going with experience there. I really want to say Boots. I hope he does it. I don't want to put no pressure on him. So I'm going to say Boots. I want to put it on the line and say Boots is going to do it tomorrow. And that's your track walk over. Peace out, guys.